Madden Football is the home of the Super Bowl, and this historic matchup is brought to you by EA Sports. It's the Crusaders and the Bengals. All that and more coming up next.
We are pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. We count down to kickoff in what should be an epic one here, as it'll be the AFC champion Cincinnati Bengals taking on the NFC champions. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
Madden Football is the home of the Super Bowl, and this historic matchup is brought to you by EA Sports. It's the Crusaders and the Bengals, and it comes your way next.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. We count down to kickoff in what should be an epic one here, as it'll be the AFC champion Cincinnati Bengals taking on the NFC champions. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
Let's go now.
They'll start on the ground here on first down. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. And CD, one of the big stories everybody's been tracking this week, the head coach of this offense, looking to become just the second coach in NFL history to win 5 Super Bowl titles.
And let's face it, the respect is there already. We know he's going to go down as one of the all-time great coaches. But even after all his success, what do we notice most about him? He never takes anything for granted. He's treating this Super Bowl like it's the most important game ever played, because for some of the guys on his team, it will be. And he feels the same way himself. I love his intensity. I love the way he gets his team prepared to play in the big game.
On play action, they'll throw. In trouble, and he's taken down. It'll be a loss of 8 on the sack, and it's going to lead him to 4th down.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board. A nice return there of 11 to help mitigate a good punt. And this offense will take over right at the midfield stripe with a 1st and 10. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, Most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Oh, they go with a tight end carry. Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a 3rd down. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. They'll send a receiver in motion to the left. And here's a handoff out of the gun. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. Give him the 3rd down conversion, 5 yards on the play.
Well, partner, what do you think? Might have been 4-down territory if they didn't pick it up, but...
Yeah, it's a moot point now. I was curious, so if they didn't get it there, would they have gone for it? I guess we'll never know.
Yeah, we didn't have to make that call, but I have a feeling both of us would have said, go for it.
Here's a quick throw caught out wide. A good gain of 9 before he's brought down at the 28. On 2nd down, they'll run it here. And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. So that time they got the left guard with a hold.
And let's face it, in today's ball, you might have that 330-pound guy you're supposed to clear out of there. You might need a little bit of extra help by grabbing the jersey and trying to ride him out.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. They'll drop to throw. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Well, they certainly did a nice job there, picking him up out of the backfield and then running stride for stride with him. That's good coverage, and it led to an incompletion.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Slot man moves right. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And a loose football, and the Bengals grab it. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And this is taken into the end zone. A fumble recovery and a Cincinnati touchdown. The try here for the extra point. And he's got it to make it 7-0 Bengals. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They trail early on in this Super Bowl as they come up 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. 1st down.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary. That led to a really nice game.
Oh, design run for their wideout. And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44. Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Well, it certainly appears that in this game, someone has decided they're going to open up their playbook. First quarter, and we see that play. I like their style.
On 2nd down, they'll run it here.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the play, as we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
And a nickel look here for the Bengals as they try to defend this on third. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals 42. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. It's a pickup of 12. Second play in a row with a 12-yard gain. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. And we are back and ready to go for the second quarter of the Super Bowl. Brandon Gaud and Charles Davis, as always, thrilled to be with you. Thanks for tuning in, everyone.
Let's go now.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Back to throw here. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's down into the red zone at the 15 after a gain of 15. 1st and 10. They'll send a receiver in motion left. Hands it off out of the gun. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. This is a 2nd and 4. Ball at the 9.
19,
And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. And that's some good tackling there to keep him short of that yellow line.
Yeah, and defensively, all I'm thinking is that on that play, get me to 3rd down. Get me into a position where I can make one more play and get my defense off the field.
Ninth play coming up here on this drive. This is 3rd and a yard. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And this is not going to be enough. Was in search of 2 yards and only got halfway there. They get this out quickly to the left side. Touchdown from 6 yards away. And the Crusaders are an extra point away from tying this Super Bowl at 7. Point after try forthcoming. It's up and good, and we're tied at 7 here in quarter number 2. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. He will return this from deep in the end zone. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line. So bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision. Loses him about 4 yards. The Bengals drive about to get going. And a 3 and out on that first drive. We'll see if they can do better here.
They should have a better opportunity because the nerves should be settled now. That first series, everybody goes out a little extra emotion. So now they get a chance to go back out and say, okay, now we're into the game. Let's go play and play as best we can.
You almost get a mulligan then on that first drive?
Sometimes it absolutely serves job that way. You get a second opportunity. Nothing big happened. But then again, you didn't commit any mistakes either. Off you go.
And he'll be out of bounds near the 30. In fact, right on the 30. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for third down.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target, and he's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
I see an extra defensive back on the field. Little surprise here on 3rd and 1. Up the middle they go. Kemp. He is going nowhere as he is enveloped behind the line. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. A 40-yard punt, 1 yard on the return, and they will take over 1st and 10. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. The offense coming back out here, plenty of energy, ready to roll, looking to just add to what they have been doing after scoring a touchdown, Charles, their last time out.
And that's a great feeling to have on the sideline, partner, knowing you just won the battle against the opposing defense. And since they came off the field, I'll guarantee you all they want to do is get back out there because they know they have the upper hand on that defense right now.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. No gain on the play as we have reached the 2-minute warning. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
3rd down is a down. Both sides know they absolutely have to win. And the name of the game for the defense is pressure on the quarterback. But pressure on the quarterback with contact, that's how you end up winning it.
And now a low liner. I think he mishit it. And this will be down by a member of the kicking team just outside of the 30-yard line. The Bengals drive about to get going. It's been an awfully slow start for them. This is their 3rd possession. They don't have a first down yet.
So that means they have to change up with their...
And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And does the defense have it? They do, says the referee. We're going the other way. And a little careless there, Charles, on that carry.
And it's not just having 2 hands on the ball. It's tucking it away. It's using your body to keep people shielded off. It's so many different things into taking care of it and having ball security. In that case, though, we didn't see it happen.
Well, they're going to get about 3 here out of this first down run, and that'll bring up 2nd and 7.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
Here's a 2nd and 7. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran it a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
First down marker at the 31. It's third down. They'll look to throw here.
And this almost intercepted. Not sure he saw the free safety that time. But lucky, incomplete. That'll bring up fourth down.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
Cut 19! Cut 19! Back at 60!
Looking to throw. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The fourth down pass play doesn't work out, and the Bengals will get the football back. Well, their first fourth down attempt earlier was successful. This one backfires for a turnover on downs.
I like their aggressiveness. I like what they're doing. They got it the first time they went for it. Why not a second time? I don't think they'll be daunted from attempting it again. If you're on the defensive side of the ball, though, any fourth down stop is a big momentum play.
And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down.
Now that's how you start to get back in the good graces of your head coach. Remember, he fumbled on the last possession. How about the faith they showed him, giving him the ball again, and he repaid him, picking up a first down.
They go play action here on first down. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
That could have been a huge play, but give the defender credit. Stayed calm, stayed collected, and kept himself in a position to make a play on the ball without a penalty.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. Third down. And he's certainly not a guy that drops that football very often.
Indeed, because that's a bit of a surprise. I know he's in the middle of some traffic and people, bodies all around him, but he usually has the focus to haul that one in.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Back to throw. Throwing the out route, incomplete. It's Morgan. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. Now a play fake here on first down. He finds his man, complete. That's Peterson. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime.
Some think the teams really won't throw a slant route unless you have a receiver that has a lot of stature to him. But sometimes the little guys, they get lost in there. People can't really locate them, and they run that quick cut on the slant, and oftentimes they can turn it into big plays.
19.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock.
He didn't just deny a big throw there. He broke that one up in the red zone. An excellent play, one that may help save points on the board when this drive is over.
And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. It's their quarterback in the final seconds of the first half. And the Bengals have taken the lead here in the final stages of this first half. Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 14-7.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. This fielded right at the goal line. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And only 6 seconds on the clock, so time likely for just one play. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down, second and right at a yard. So we've come upon halftime in the big one, the Super Bowl. As we go up to Orlando now and hand it over to Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. These two teams sat through a longer than usual 30-minute wait, but we're back in action here in this Super Bowl. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And they trail here in the Super Bowl, but fortunately for them, Charles, very much still within striking range.
Yeah, things didn't go exactly the way they planned in the first half. To me, they appeared to be a little bit tight, made a few errors they normally wouldn't. But, of course, this is the Super Bowl, so things get a little bit heightened in that regard. But I think they have to feel a little fortunate. They're only down what they are here starting the third quarter.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, second and 3. He'll drop to throw. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. Just his second catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains.
Hey, check that.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And some room to roam now. And he will take this one in for a touchdown. A big play there. 51 yards. And the Crusaders are an extra point away from tying up this Super Bowl. Extra point right down the middle. And we are tied at 14. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. And this will be returned from deep in the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. The Bengals drive about to get going. Their halftime lead now evaporated. We're back to level following that touchdown a moment ago.
And that shouldn't change the mindset a whole lot from an offensive perspective, because they already knew this was going to be a hard-fought game. Now they just need to go out, execute their game plan, and keep moving.
Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards. They'll keep it on the ground. Kim, and he's got room. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35. They'll set up a throw. And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earned a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
Third quarter of the biggest spectacle in sport, the Super Bowl. Thanks for joining us, everybody. 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. They'll wind up losing 10 on the sack, and it'll lead to a 3rd and long.
And the passing game's been struggling a bit today, and that was the latest example. Haven't been getting much yardage out of it, and now on his back after the last play, he faces 3rd and long.
He'll look to throw. And he's going to go down again. Multiple players getting home for the 1-yard sack.
We've watched this a long time, and I still don't believe we get it. 3rd and long, why are you calling play action?
Because they're not going to bite defensively, right?
No, not at all. I did have a coach explain to me years ago that for some teams, that's how they have to deal with pass protection and their line blocking. But to me, it seems silly.
Yeah, well, they're silly, and that leads to a play action sack. We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the offense will come back out deep in their own territory.
That punt was near perfection as it checked up inside the 5-yard line. You never know where these things are going to go, do you?
No, what was it? You got a John Heisman quote about that, right?
Yeah, he said the football is roughly a prolate spheroid, which means it's going to bounce funny, and you never know where it's going to end up.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Well, they were good last time out with a touchdown drive. This go-around, it's not going to be very easy starting from inside their own 5.
But they shouldn't be daunted by it. You work on this the entire offseason. You work on it in practice. It's called coming out session. Start the ball inside the 5, start on the 5, on the 10. They should be ready to go.
2 yards, good enough for a first.
Not too many more ideal situations in 2nd and 2 in order to try and pick up a first down. They ran it and picked it up.
Look at this, a tight end carry. And a short gain across the 15 to the 17-yard line.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Second and 8 coming up. And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line. Only a yard there on the keeper, and that's going to leave him with a 3rd down. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he's going to get this to about the 20, but that is well short of what he needed. Now a timeout called for by the defense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. And here's a very low line drive, almost whiffed on it. A special teams mistake there, no doubt. Just 26 yards officially on the punt. And the Bengals will take over in terrific field position. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 19 yards there on the catch and run.
When you get a big tight end like this, sometimes it takes more than one man to bring him down. Oftentimes your best bet, just jump on and hold on and wait for your teammates to arrive to help get him on the ground.
They'll run on 1st down. Kemp at a hard-working run here as he's got it inside the 20, down to the 17. 10 yards there on a Bengal first. An entire season coming down to this next quarter. 3 in the books here in the Super Bowl. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Folks, welcome back to the biggest stage in sports, the Super Bowl, and now we get down to the good stuff, the 4th and final quarter. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. They'll keep it on the ground. Kim. And he'll take this one down near the 15. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Now back to throw. He finds his man, complete. That's Morgan. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And now we've got a 3rd down and 3.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
That is not going to be any help as they dump him behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up 4th down. And his kick here is good. And they take a 17-14 lead. So he waited on the sideline for his first chance in the ball game, and it didn't come until the 4th quarter, but he connects there. A big one to give him the lead.
Boy, you talk about coming in cold. I don't care how many times you kick it into a net. You're not really ready when you go out there and all that beef is coming at you trying to block the kick. Big spot, and he delivers.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And we're at the time in the Super Bowl where, look, they need points, and they need them badly. Trailing here in the 4th quarter as they begin this drive, 1st and 10. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
They find some open field here. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 151 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on. Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And a gain of 4 gets him right to the midfield stripe.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
Let's go now.
6 yards left on 2nd down. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And that is not going to get it done either. Once again, he's stopped behind the line by this Bengals D. A loss on that play, and now 3rd down gets tougher. 3rd and 6. They'll set up to throw. And he finds a man on a crossing route. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
Well, we always hear about the connections some quarterbacks have with certain receivers. I think this guy has a connection with just about everyone. Didn't mind throwing it in there against double coverage to him.
Shows some confidence, supreme confidence.
Big-time confidence that he would make the play for him, and he did.
And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, 2nd down. Three points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. 2nd and 10. They're going to look to throw. Oh, that'll be incomplete. He took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is it just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
They'll look to throw. Oh, no, he lost the football. Unfortunately, he's able to recover himself, but the clock's still rolling here. Offensively lucky they're able to keep the football, but now 4th down, so they'll have to boot it away.
I do think, though, they're going to look at this as a positive. 1, they recovered the fumble, so they retained possession. But 2, being able to punt it changes field position for them. Imagine if that turnover takes place there. Now your defense has to go onto the field and try and hold. Instead, they get a little breathing room.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and that may write a finish to this Super Bowl. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now a handoff up the middle. Kemp, and he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Hey, check that, street.
They'll keep it on the ground. Kemp. Now a 2nd timeout called for by the defense. As the clock will stop with 1:06 left to go in the game. 4 yards on the pickup there as they get it back to a more manageable 3rd and 7.
Hold the stick.
And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line. Oh my, how the tables have turned now. They were trying to salt this one away, but that interception, potentially a game changer.
And I've just got to think to myself, at this point of the game, I know you've been aggressive. I know that's your MO, and that's fine. And all those teams that talk about all gas, no brakes, you better have the emergency lever to pull occasionally. They could have used it right there. They put themselves in a tough spot with that interception.
They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
He'll look to throw. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down. I guess you can't be afraid to take those chances late in the game. He tried to fit that one in there. Nice job, though, defensively.
But to your point, it was a nice job of knocking the ball away. But you're also right. You can't be afraid to take those chances. That means your guys going downfield to catch the ball, they've got to elevate their game and come down with these in order to keep your offense moving.
And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. Nowhere to go downfield, but he's able to get out of bounds and stop the clock here with a 1st down. That one checks all the boxes, doesn't it? You get the 1st down, check. Get out of bounds, stop the clock, check.
Well, how about one last check? Keep your quarterback from getting hit. That's a big check.
Yeah, check there as well. Good call.
Check, man. Check, man.
He's back to throw. Flipping left side, and it's complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Good yardage after the catch. Is that play good for 30 and a 1st?
And this is obviously a spot where you lean on your stars. Get the ball to them in open space and let them do what they do.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. And now before this 1st down play, we're going to get a timeout here. as he'll stop it with 11 seconds remaining in the ball game. So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. This to potentially send us to overtime. And this one is right through. And they will tie this game here in the final seconds. So a money kick there in the final seconds. And now, barring any hijinks on the kickoff here, partner, I think you and I, we're going to settle in for a little overtime.
And I wouldn't have it any other way. This has been a dogfight all through regulation. No reason to think it won't continue in the extra period.
The Bengals drive about to get going.
And Charles, obviously not much time left. I'm curious to see if there's enough for them to get into field goal range and try to win this thing.
And partner, you and I both know the safe call is to kneel and just take it into overtime. But it's also very tough to pass up a chance to win it right now as well. But remember, if you do attempt that, it's got to be a big play downfield and still leave yourself enough time to get your field goal unit out there and kick for the win.
Well, 4 quarters couldn't decide things, so it's on to overtime here as the kick is away. Taking it about the 1.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive.
Well, CD certainly doesn't get any more exciting than this. Overtime in the postseason. Of course, keep in mind things are different than the old way it was. In the playoffs now, both teams guaranteed a possession, so a touchdown here, if they get one, the ball game will not be over.
And partners, we both know many people have called for this change before, and they finally got it after the Buffalo-Kansas City Classic in the 2022 playoffs. Patrick Mahomes and KC, they score first. Game over. Josh Allen and Bills never touched the football, and people hated that. Now if the game reaches OT, every playoff team has a chance to fight to extend their season. So the plan has got to be, if you win the toss and you take the ball, reach the end zone and score, and put as much pressure on your opponent as possible to try and win a game in OT in the playoffs.
A 3 and out could really hurt here in this opening drive of overtime. Big third down coming.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And fourth down now coming up. Well, their defense did its job. Now they're going to get the football with a chance to win it.
And it feels like they ran out on the field, and right before they did, they told the offense, don't worry about this. We got you. Okay, we've got the situation under control. We'll get it back for you for a chance to win the game. And, boy, they did it well.
A big kick, 50 yards that time with a return of 4. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. The Bengals drive about to get going.
That last defensive stand, that is the defensive stand of the season. I mean, you get it on this stage in overtime of the Super Bowl, and now you've set your offense up here, Charles. All they need is a field goal, and they're world champs.
Agreed, partner. And if I'm calling plays on offense right now, I'm looking at my play sheet, and I'm looking for what plays get the ball to my best players right now. How do they touch it, and who do I trust with the football in this situation? Big-time trophy on the line, championship on the line.
last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. On play action, they'll throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Another nice job there defensively. They've really stymied their passing attempts, and it continues in overtime.
And for them to do that, that means they've had to be cohesive on defense. Pressure in the quarterback's face, good coverage of not just the wide receivers, but the tight end, the running backs when they try and slip out, and making sure they're at the point of attack. When the ball's in the air, they get there and help force some of those incompletions.
His first catch of this Super Bowl, and it'll be good for a first down. Up the middle they go. Kemp. Now they nearly sprung him that time as he takes this all the way down to the 37. 95 yards rushing for him now as he goes over the century mark here in this Super Bowl. Here's Young. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
They've created a nice sustained drive off of plays like that. A nice strong run there that keeps them advancing the ball.
The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4. Now a handoff up the middle. Kemp. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 3.
Well, when you go from 2nd and 4 to 3rd and 3, that just tells you who won that battle on the last play, huh?
Yeah, first round went to the offense, second round the defense. So this is certainly a tough test here in the early career of the rookie kicker. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense. So as they head to the sidelines, we'll head to this break on EA Sports. Seventh play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. They'll keep it on the ground. Kemp, room here to run. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. They'll get 14 on that one. Good for a Bengal first down.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
And now this game's going to come down to the right leg of their kicker. And the defense is going to let him think about it a little as they use their second timeout here. All they need is a field goal. Any kind of score here on this second drive would be a game winner. It's 1st and 10. Up the middle they go. Kemp, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. That is caught at the 7. So the pitch and catch good for 11. And that's going to make it 3rd down and less than a yard.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
Head the street! Head the street!
On 3rd down, Kemp. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. He's had some big runs in this game. Not there, though.
But I don't think they're going to be deterred by that play right there. He's had some nice runs in the game. And how many times have we seen a good running back get stopped, yet turn it into something big on a later carry? I'd stay with him.
And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. It'll be their second and final timeout, remember, here in overtime. We'll be back. So on is their kicker, and it's down to this. This, undoubtedly, the biggest kick of his life. And his kick is good. The field goal is through the uprights, and they've won the Super Bowl. Bengals Bengal Nation rejoice. Cincinnati has given you the Super Bowl title. For the victors, getting to hoist that Lombardi trophy, you know, we've talked to guys that have done it, and they say there's no better feeling in sports.
I don't know how there can be. The journey to get to this game is incredible. And then to finally break through and win it when all eyes are on this game alone because there's nothing else going on, that's just got to be absolutely amazing. The task, incredible. But the accomplishment, forever.